How you doing, everybody? Beerman here. More Planet Crafter for you. I've been playing Planet Crafter for quite some time now. Made a lot of videos, playthroughs. The one thing that was missing was a quick guide on my top 10 tips of how to play and get the most out of this amazing game. In case you don't know it, this game is where you are thrown on an alien planet to survive. You've got to terraform it to make it inhabitable so you can live here forever. Sounds amazing. It's terribly addictive. It's just incredible. Very much comes down to you, how you like to play, how you like to build things, and how you like to just enjoy the game. But you enjoy crafting with mild survival and just setting your own pace, this is the game for you. So what I like to do is let's jump straight in to some top tips from me, and hopefully it makes your gameplay even better. Let's get to it. Okay, my first tip is all about location. When you first start the game, what you'll do is you'll have your own little survival pod, for lack of a better word, with some supplies and a few things you need. You wander outside it, you can only survive for so long because you only have so much oxygen. You run out of water, you have to craft all those things and keep yourself alive. But eventually it gets a bit easier. When you move on to making your own base, what you will notice is that right in front of your little starting pod is a nice, massive flat. It's great, amazing, it's so cool. However, it's a trap, because after a while, you'll start developing the planet, you'll increase the terraformation index, and then what will happen is water. It'll just flood your base. So, you see where we're sitting here, looking at this pod and where you landed and how it's all nice? Well, take a look at this. There you go, look. You can't see that starter base anymore. As a matter of fact, let me go show you where it is. See it right there? Under the water. And there it is. That is where we started. And that is the temptating, good word. That's where most people, including myself, are tempted to build their first base. And as you can see, you'll be very much under the water. So don't do that. Okay, my next tip is all about foundations. They are important, but not necessary. I'll show you what I mean. First, we build ourselves a nice living compartment. Right, there it is. Lovely. Boom. It's half off, but it's okay. Now let's say you want to put one here. The ground is not going to let you. It's going to block you. It's going to stop. And then if you decide to put one over here, guess what? Well, it's just hanging out in the air. I mean, it's okay. It works, but it doesn't look very cool. Foundations are your friend. So what you can do is you can put yourself foundation. It is able to go up or down. I didn't realize you can put it in the air like that. That's interesting. But let's say you start a foundation there, put another one next to it. There you go. Now, when you want to put base on top of that, they don't snap by the way to foundations. A little bit on the annoying side, but it is what it is. So you got a foundation. Oh, look at that, see? That's what I was referring to. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. Let's see. There we go. Boom. One there. And now we can put another one over here. And look at that. And if you wanted to put a third one over here, you can do that. You just gotta line it up. Boom. And then you can actually go back and fill in foundation to match. Look at that. And I don't know if you could squeeze one in here. There you go, see? Boom. Done like that. And if you wanted to put a door right here, boom. You've got yourself a little home. foundations are cool. They're also very useful when building on water. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, have a look at this. I've used foundations along with some rails to build a little platform all the way out here on top of this lake. And I was able to put all these heaters out here and build some little gardens and gas extractors. And it worked out quite nice. So when you're struggling for space on the ground, you don't have to just stay there. You can just occupy area over water. You can even elevate your base up if you want to. Foundations are actually a really cool thing and should be utilized more when you're building your base. The next tip is all about storage. In Planet Crafter, you'll get 3 different types of containers. First one, when you start off, is this blue container. It allows you to store 15 different things in it. As you move up, you'll get this storage locker, which has a total of 35 spaces to store things in. And then finally, in the newly added space trading add-on update, they added this T2 storage, which contains a whopping 80 places of storage in it. It's amazing. And as you can see, they each have a label. You can store your stuff here, you can put your things in here, and you can put anything else in there. But here's a real tip when it comes to putting things in where they belong. Instead of manually just one by one adding things into storage, you can hold down your control key, click on that type of item, and everything of that item will be shifted over. And if you mix it all up and want to sort, this little button at the top here will quickly sort everything by the type of item, as well as the arrows to drag everything from one location to the next. And that's everything about storage. Tip number 5, crafting multiple items. Let's say you want to create more than one oxygen. You can click on that and then go back in and click again. Or if you hold down control, you can click it as many times as you have items in your inventory. Pretty cool. This also works when crafting building items. Let me show you. So let's say you want to build multiple foundations. You go here, you select a foundation, put it there, and then you want to keep going out. Then you'd have to select one, get it up, and then do another one. But that's long, that's boring. We can do it much faster. Better way to do it is go to foundations. Before you click on the foundation, hold down control, click on foundation, keep holding down that control button. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. We can just keep on going until we run out of iron, basically. And that will do it. You just let go of the control when you no longer want to do it, and it will stop. Fantastic. Look at that. Beautiful. The next tip is all about screens. Data screens, to be exact. These ones are pretty self-explanatory. You've got your various levels of terraformation when it comes to oxygen, heat, pressure, and biomass, and that totals the amount of terraformation. This terraformation one tells you about the different stages where you go from one to the next. And this one is just a more detailed one about when it says biomass. This is more detailed of the plants, the insects, and the animals, and giving you your overall levels. These lead to unlocks. So over here, what you'll notice is depending on what one you feed, and you can feed any one of these depending on what you build, you get unlocking of all these items. Same goes if you go to the biomass. As you can see, most things are unlocked, but once I get my biomass up to 35 KT, I get another kind of fish frog, and then so on. So these screens are very helpful to tell you where you should put all your energy into to try to get something unlocked. there are also rockets in the space that you send. This one is very helpful because it'll remind you how many different rockets you've sent and how much they are contributing to your overall ability to see things. You have an energy interface. This one is critical. As someone pointed out in one of the comments, when you want to figure out how many of different items you have scattered about the planet, this will tell you. So if you wanted to upgrade all your tree spreaders from T1 to T3, you'll know how many tree spreaders you have because it'll all be listed. It also tells you how many different sources of energy, how much power it's putting out, how much is available. So if you go to build something, you'll know right away whether something's going to shut down. This is your message interface. We'll go into that. Pretty self-explanatory. You get a message, go in there and read it. And this is the map. The map one is very cool, but you need to remember you can zoom out. And this is a key feature for figuring out where everything is. It shows you different ores, highlights different points of interest around the map, and gives you everything you need to know. And you can move to the left, move to the right, up and down, which is helpful when you zoom in and want to see a greater detail. And as you can see here, there's my base. It's a great little screen. I love it. The next point is all about agility boots and the jetpack. It's a good little tip that came to me when I was doing one video. I thought that, where are the agility boots? They are right there. I thought the agility boots didn't matter. Well, they do matter. First off, when you want to run fast, hold down the shift key and there you go, running much faster. Now we know that the jetpack is even faster. However, one thing I didn't realize and was pointed out to me is that the agility boots affect how fast the jetpack goes. I'll demonstrate. Here is the jetpack with no agility boots. Okay, it's pretty slow. Let's head back. And now I will put the agility boots back on and let's go. Look how much faster it is. So don't neglect agility boots. They are important both for on the ground movement, in the water movement, and jetpack movement. Tip number 8, outposts. When you're out and exploring, you're going to come across many different things that you want to go deeper into, such as this nice POI ship. There's lots of goodies inside there you're going to want to explore, but look at your oxygen. It's only 145 at this point. You aren't going to last very long. And, well, your starter base, your everything is way over there. You're not going to make it to run back and forth. It'll be quite frustrating. So, my suggestion, carry enough materials with you wherever you go that you're always able to just spin up a little one box compartment with a door, pop yourself in, and boom, you got oxygen without running back. And then on the way back, you can just deconstruct that and boom. So whether you're on the other side of the map or near your base, you always have the ability to grab some oxygen. It'll become very important. The next tip is all about the drone system and its priority system within the drone system. As you can see here, I've got 2 lockers, both of them labeled for cobalt. And what I'm going to try to do is get each one filled with cobalt. The way we're going to do this is we'll go in here and we'll put in the demand for cobalt, but then we will also set the priority. Now, we can set the priority ahead of time. We don't need to wait for a demand to set it. It'll retain it. That's another good little tip right there. So you can know which one, and we'll set it so it matches. Here's set to -1, here's set to 5. The way the system works is -1 will get filled last, 5 will get first. and everything in between gets filled accordingly. So top priority, lowest priority, basically is the way it works. So if we go in here now and we say, right, bring me some cobalt, and go in here now and say, bring me some cobalt, the drones will start bringing in the cobalt, filling it up. It should fill this one before that one. However, because I started here, it went there. Now, if we wait over time, we shall see that this won't get any more, and this one will start filling up. And there you go. It started filling up number 5 first. Look at that. It's going there, and that remains the same. And now that's almost full, and that has started to put some in. And there it is. It's full, and that one is getting things. So that's how the priority system works, and you can use it to your advantage. At some point, your ore extractors will get all sorts of miscellaneous things instead of just having the one particular type of ore you have until you get to tier 3. And what I have done is I will show you. I have this shredder machine, and I set it to auto enabled. That means when it fills up, it just automatically shreds things, and it's not set that way this way anymore. But as you can see, I set it as the lowest priority. And anything that wasn't the particular type of ore being extracted by that ore extractor, after it filled my containers, got dumped into here, and then we just, boom, off it goes, and it's all destroyed. It's a little tip from me. And my final tip, number 10, is make sure you get out there and explore. Look at the cool things you could see. You see that little round wheel thing? Look at those crashed ships all over the place. There are hidden treasures underwater. There are golden chests everywhere. There is a story to explore that explains the whole thing and what's going on. There's underground bunkers in places. Don't be afraid to get out there, look around, see what you can find, and just have some fun. It's a great game. It's incredibly addictive, and I've really enjoyed my time here playing this game. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have a tip that you'd like to leave for everybody, leave it in the comments. Let me know. If there's enough of them, I can make a second video on tips that I missed, things that you think might help other people. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, leave a like, let me know. Feel free to subscribe. And until the next one, I'll see ya.